Awesome. Hi, everybody. If you don't already know me, my name is Jure Pearson, and I am a holistic health and women's empowerment coach. Today is the day that I get to interview another awesome coach. And so today, Vanessa is joining us. So this is Vanessa Dewsbury.
Hello.
And I am going to just let you kind of do your little intro on, where you're coming from, what you do, how you help people. And then we will get started. So we have got a really amazing topic today. So I'm going to let you sort of just lead us into that, if that's okay, Vanessa.
Yeah. So, I'm a mindset and self-development coach and a Reiki master and teacher and an author. So I published a book last January. It's like a soulful spiritual book. I wanted to talk about limited beliefs today because I hear a lot of people that, well, we all have a lot of limited beliefs about ourselves, and a lot of times it's not even our own beliefs that we're carrying with us. I'm just going to check if I take out my headphones if you can still hear me properly. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. It just sounds, my ears sound plugged. So,
Okay.
yeah, I want to talk about beliefs because as you know, with a coach, we encounter a lot of people that have a lot of beliefs about themselves, which prevents them from like achieving success or following their dreams because they don't have that, they don't think that they can do it, or they have self-worth or self-doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just wanting to talk about that and see if we could help anybody
For
uh,
sure.
kind of banish
You are
those
a
beliefs.
little bit quiet, so I can hear you okay, but it might be for some people if their phones don't have good volume, it
Yeah.
might not.
Was it better with the headphones?
It was a little bit better. You can
Okay.
either do the headphones or talk louder, whatever.
Okay.
Um,
I'll just do the
yeah, so
headphones.
limiting beliefs. So this goes back to growth mindset, right? So this is Carol Dweck was the sort of creator, the founder of growth and fixed mindset.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the basis of most of the mindset work that we do, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So just to sort of lead people into what we're talking about a little bit. But limiting beliefs really are any belief that holds us back from achieving things in our life, right?
Yeah.
So let's get started a little bit about that. Maybe you can explain what limiting beliefs are and how they show up in our lives every day.
Yeah. So a lot of times our beliefs stem from like even childhood. So say you did your best at school, but your parents, one of your parents or both thought you didn't do good enough. Like, oh, you could have gotten better, you could have done better. Or you just like even cleaned the house and your parents would complain that it wasn't good enough. So you take on these beliefs throughout your life that you're not going to be good enough even if you do your best, right? So you just don't bother trying, or you have that preventing you. It's like a barrier that you just don't step over because it's holding you back. Um, the important thing is to recognize those beliefs. And sometimes we're not going to be able to actually recognize where they come from. We won't even really know because it's so unconscious. But I don't know. I get a lot of my clients to write down, excuse me, list of all their limited beliefs. So we kind of go through the beliefs they have about themselves, feelings of unworthiness, feelings that they're not lovable, um, and we kind of go through the list and write down them, and then we choose an empowering belief to like counter the belief. But the thing is, like for me, I'm working on a new book, and it's called 111 Affirmations and Messages from Source to
Cool.
Soul. Yeah. So with me, for affirmations, it's sometimes we like with limited beliefs, or sorry, with affirmations, say we want to say I am powerful. It's not that we're trying to gain power or I am confidence, gain confidence. The way I'm writing my book is for us to recognize that we already are what we're trying to achieve. So you already are confident, you already are powerful, you already are light and love, and all of that is just revealing itself. So it's not seeking it and finding it and achieving it. It's understanding it's already within us and revealing itself to ourselves. It just gets buried down with the beliefs that we take on from other people and from around us and from society and in our environments and from ourselves. So it's important. I just want to help people kind of recognize and uncover what's already within them. Like that saying, like what you seek, you already are. So
Right.
I think that's what stops people too, is thinking, how am I ever going to gain confidence? Like I'm not a confident person. And we have to be mindful of the words we use too, because
Right.
Even words like I am lazy, that's all affirming.
Right.
So your body believes it. I am lazy. I am a procrastinator. So you remain as a procrastinator because you're affirming that. The power of
Right.
words is like incredible.
And I am especially. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that sort of like finding your voice, that's something lately that I've been, telling people, you already have a voice, you already have
Mm-hmm.
it. We just have to learn how to use it, right? Be in a
Right.
confident way and be able to speak our truth. And not just, it's not about just finding yourself or finding your voice, because you already have self, you already have
Yeah.
that. But it is, using the words like finding does help some people
Yeah.
kind of understand
Yeah.
that it's out
Totally.
there for them.
Yeah.
So there is a place for all types of verbiage, I think, but
Totally.
we are already capable of so much. But and these limiting beliefs really keep us from seeing sort of what is possible for us.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a comparisonitis. Some of the
Oh yeah.
limiting beliefs are that it's just for them.
Yeah.
That's just for them. That's not something that I can have. I grew up really poor, so wealth is just not for me. And
Right.
that's those types of limiting beliefs, I think, for sure.
Oh, totally. And like even so words, I don't have money. I am broke. I am. Every time we're telling the universe that, we're reaffirming, I don't have money. I'm broke. And I used to have a relationship with money where I attribute it to the root of all evil, right? Because you hear
Yes,
about these things, right? So I didn't like money. And the more I didn't like money, I lacked money. that
exactly.
and then I realized that money is energy. It's another form of energy, right? So it's used as an exchange. So I had to work on my relationship with money, and realize that evil people do things with money.
Yeah,
Not the money itself is not evil. It's just the people. Sometimes people have it in their hands and they do bad things. So I became mindful of my relationship even with money.
right.
So because, like you said, there's abundance of everything all around us. It's not limited to a certain like X amount of people. It's really for everybody. And we have to understand that like we're really limitless beings
For
in a
sure.
boundless universe.
Yeah.
So it's kind of getting past ourself,
Right.
right?
Well, it's even in doing interviews with other coaches, because
Yeah.
I'm a coach myself. And so I've had a lot of people question me about, well, why do you want to bring other coaches into your audience and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because of abundance. I believe
Yep.
wholeheartedly in abundance. I believe that my clients will find me, and the people who are more aligned with you, who maybe not have
Yeah.
reached out to me, that
Yeah.
will reach out to you. That's a beautiful thing as well. It's all
Mm-hmm.
just yeah. So
Yeah.
but it takes a lot, it takes some work to start feeling that way, to really having the full trust that you can have,
Totally.
whatever you want, that you are part of
Mm-hmm.
abundance in
Yeah.
itself. Um,
Yeah, I have a group as well called Rise Up Universe, and I interview as well coaches and different people, Reiki masters, and I don't because people have competitive minds, so they think someone else is doing the same thing as you are, they're gonna lose or not have enough clients. And but I'm with you, like we align with certain energies. I'm not a match for everybody's energy. If we literally picture vibrations of energy moving on different frequencies, some just line up and some don't.
yeah,
So if we try to hoard, like imagine we had to serve everybody. If we thought we're so afraid of competition and we wanted to serve everybody, so we have like we would not. So I'm always grateful for everybody else that's sharing their light and doing things that we're doing to take the load off of me so I can give more of myself to the people that need
exactly.
me.
Isn't that beautiful? Like
Mm-hmm.
when you really think about when you take out the competitiveness and you take out all of that and are able to just show up in a space where you're not worried, and
Yeah.
you're not second guessing, and you're not trying to reach everybody, you're trying to reach the person you're trying to reach.
Yeah.
It really does. It takes so much pressure off. You're absolutely right.
Completely.
That's the
Yeah.
perfect way to look at it too. Um,
Um,
so what about, I don't know, well, I don't want to cut you off.
yeah.
Did you have a thought?
No, I was just
No.
going to say quickly too, touching on money. I guess that's a whole nother topic, but one thing, well, it's beliefs as well. But one thing I started doing was saying that I circulate my money, so I don't spend it because I'm not thinking spending
Right.
it is giving away. So I'm circulating it because I know and fully believe that it'll come back to me. And I found that the more I would just, here's $5 to my daughter, or just give to whatever charity, whatever, the more would come back because that's how the universe works in balance, right? So it wants to keep it in balance. If
We
we're
actually,
hoarding,
that's
yeah,
funny. because I just my training in my membership group last week was about, it was 6 steps to sort of start stepping out of scarcity, and
Okay.
into abundance. And that was what we were talking about, is keeping that flow going.
Yeah.
Don't get to that point where you start like being afraid to spend money. And then another part of that was, as you're flowing with your money,
Hmm.
to always be telling yourself there's more of that where that came from.
Yeah.
It's this is not it. My
Yeah.
bank account is not draining and staying empty. Like that's not what we're doing.
Totally.
So
I know, and I think we worry, and that would have to do with the root chakra. But I think we think that money, like, soon as we're not going to have enough, and then we're going to be living on the streets, and we're going to be not eating. Like, that's how our mind goes, because it's the root chakra, so it's survival. So we think of it instantly. Oh, we need to. How am I going to survive if I don't have money? But yeah, it's that's how
so
like root chakra work for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I'm also a Reiki master.
Oh,
So
cool.
I just do it. It's more for me and more
Yeah.
for my friends and whatever else, sort of for fun. But yeah, so I am with you on the chakras.
Hmm.
Um, so what about, how can we start shifting our beliefs, if we recognize that we have a limiting belief in an area? How do you recommend sort of starting to shift that?
So for me, I like meditations for sure, like, were life changing. So the way I stumbled upon Reiki is, it was about 4 years ago, and I was experiencing major health issues, and I was doing just photography at the time, and I kept feeling that there was something more that I was supposed to be doing, but I didn't know what. And you may relate with a feeling like that. It's like you have this inner deep knowing, but the not knowing, and it makes you feel unsettled. It's like, hey, what is this feeling? So then I experienced my health issues, which I always say my health issues were my cure, because that led me on the path of Reiki, natural healing, helping others. And so I started listening to meditations, and, like, for sure, like, they were life changing. They helped me go into my unconsciousness and kind of release what I was holding on to. And I believe that it was a lot of unconscious stuff coming up to the surface. I had candida. So yeah, meditations, I just started listening to them, and I wasn't easy for me to just sit there and, like, turn off my mind. But we think that we're supposed to turn off our mind, but it's just like slowing down our thoughts. So I listened to lots of guided meditations on YouTube, and that helped me release a lot of stuff and clear out a lot of old energy and stale energy that needed to come out. And then the affirmations. It's just saying to myself. So I was realizing what my limited beliefs are, what were stopping me, making a list of literally all of the ones that I was carrying, and not, like, knowing that I don't have to find the exact root cause of where they came from. It's just the awareness of them. And then I just started switching, finding my empowering belief and sticking it in little sticky notes, repeating it to myself. And if I'd find them having, like, moments of fear, I would just say the affirmations and repeat them to myself. And they would feel like foreign at first and uncomfortable, because it's something we're not used to doing. But that doesn't mean it's not going to work. I always find, like, sometimes we need to push past that comfort, right? We're so comfortable in this sense of what we know about ourselves. So we kind of need to get ourselves uncomfortable, because on the other side is where we have that breakthrough, right?
Right.
Breaking through that comfort. So I just started using the affirmations, and I don't know. I've always had this, like, even with my success, I always just believed fully in myself. Even though I believed in myself, though, I'd still have issues of unworthiness, like not worthy of making money or charging for my services. So self-awareness is key. It's becoming aware of the thoughts that you have, and stopping yourself in that moment. So one little tool that I'll share, and I share with my clients, is when you're having a moment of doubt, or your inner critic comes around and starts to, like, try to set up boundaries or block you. I always say to ask yourself, is this thought serving me purpose? So if you're having that thought, say, is this thought serving me purpose? If the answer is no, but you continue with the thought, then you become responsible for how you feel, right? Because our thoughts create our environment. If we say no, it's not, and then we choose a different, it's just a matter of choosing a different thought. And it's okay to have negative, lower thoughts. I don't really like the word negative, but it's okay to have those. Like, we're human beings, like, it's just part of who we are. But we can master our mind by developing that self-awareness and mastering the thoughts that we're having and switching them out, and being proactive in our minds. Because once we create that shift within us and develop the self-awareness and develop become aware of our behaviors, our actions, our reactions, a lot of times we're easy to point out what everybody else is doing and not ourselves. So
Right.
developing that self-awareness. So just a lot of
And
self-work.
sometimes looking external is a very good guide on
Totally.
self discovery as well,
Oh yeah.
because of projection and everything else. But a lot of the things that we focus on externally, we can completely use as an internal tool, like a discovery tool.
Oh totally.
Yeah, I do that also with some of my with my clients as well.
Yeah.
So if anybody who's watching has any questions, I should probably have you pop some of those in here so that we can get those answered before we end. And Vanessa, do you have any, you have a group or any programs or anything coming up that you'd like to let people know about?
Yeah, so I have my Facebook business page, which is my name, Vanessa Dewsbury, and it's a mindset and self development coach. And then there's a link to my group in there. You know how it says join group at the top?
And
So there's,
we'll put our links in comments as
okay.
well.
Yeah. And no, I have a lot of, like, I'm taking on new coaching clients starting in the fall, and I like what you said about the guidance, because while our job as coaches is to awaken in other people what is already there. It's not
Right.
us teaching them, we teach them, but I mean, it's just letting them know that you already have this. So we are the guide. It's like I always say, like, I can either look on YouTube and make someone, or if I have a broken fridge, look on YouTube and do it myself, or get in touch with someone that knows what they're doing, can guide and help me there, right? So it's not
Right.
like, I always see these posts like, oh, you don't need coaches or mentors like you have. Well, but guides, they can show us spots that we have our blind spots on. So they can see, and a lot of times we see the light in other people that they don't see for themselves. So we kind of shine our light so bright upon theirs that it just has no choice but to start shining. And
Well, and I am a testament that you can go years and years doing it on your own, and then you can
yeah,
hire a coach and be like
yeah.
catapulted forward.
Oh,
So
totally.
that's the difference for me is, do you want to spend your whole life trying to figure out how to be happy and have a wonderful life, or do you want to figure that out now and then live the rest of your life
Oh,
in that
completely.
light?
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, it's true. It's just, especially if when we've experienced it ourselves, right? So I didn't take coaching just from a logic, like I run and I operate intuitively. So I knew it was a component that was missing. So I wanted to, when you're experiencing something, we take the course to gain tools and knowledge to help as even more than we can. But yeah, it's the
yeah.
same intention, just helping people get there, and like helping them along their path and to see things that they may not see and be aware of.
For sure. So you're opening up some coaching spots when your kids go back to school. Is that because that's kind of what I do?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So I just finished, I had four or five coaching clients. So we finished, I have one more that we're just finishing up her program. And then I'm just taking on, but it's a component to my coaching is forgiveness. And I don't know if you do that as well, but that helps clear space. So I work intuitively with my clients. I don't really follow a script. I just go in with, like, as you know, with a coach, it's deep listening. It's listening and understanding how you can serve that person individually, not as like what you were taught in coaching. Even with
Right.
my Reiki, I learned my Reiki and then just use whatever I had within me. That's how I work.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's how
yeah,
I do it too.
yep,
I was a fitness before I went online. I was a fitness instructor and weight loss coach for a
okay,
long time. And I was intuitive even then. I just didn't realize that's what I was
yeah,
doing. But
yeah,
now online, now that I fully embraced it, it works so well because then as you're communicating with your clients, you're, because I know you're an empath as well, right? Like,
yep,
so we, most people are, they just don't know it.
yeah,
But, so we take that, we feel their energy, we feel like the tension that they are, that they're really expressing to us and all of
yeah,
that. And we're able to sort of read between some of the lines
totally,
and dig deeper and sort of start peeling things away that they would have possibly never thought of
yeah,
and stuff. And so that's why I love doing what I do. There's
yeah,
nothing like getting off of a call with a client and knowing that you just had huge breakthroughs and,
oh
all of
totally,
that. Yeah, it's my
I
favorite.
know, and it's definitely like having emotional intelligence,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
when you are an empath, you have the ability to feel how other people are feeling, so you can, it's even a deeper connection, right? Because you
It
can, sometimes they won't even know how to word what they're feeling, but we can kind of bring
feel
up,
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting how it all works. I love the energy aspect to everything. It's
Oh
funny
yeah.
because sometimes people will not believe in energy, but we're made of energy. So I don't know
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what's not to believe in.
It's there, it's real. I was a chemistry major.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so I'm all about the energy stuff,
Yeah.
the physics and all of it. So
Yeah.
I'm a believer 100% because I read the science on it, and
Yeah.
I've seen the science and I follow it, and that's where my heart is. My heart is all science. So
Yeah.
but awesome. Well, awesome
Yeah.
chatting. If you, so we will leave our links, any links to get a hold of us, to our groups. We both, you have a free group.
Yep. They're all free groups.
Yeah. So
And
we both have free groups. Go ahead.
yeah, and I was just going to say, like, I do have, if anyone wants some meditations, like there's ones on YouTube that I like, specifically that I listen to. So I can share those as well if someone asks. And like I said, my next book too, I'm working on is 111 affirmations. So it's kind of, that comes out in January. But yeah, if anyone wants to get in touch with me as well, I can send them some
Are you,
information to help.
Vanessa, are you familiar with Palouse Mindset?
Mm-mm.
Or is that Palouse Mindfulness? I think it's PalouseMindfulness.com. It is, so if on that website, there are, I wanted to deepen my meditations. I
Okay.
was having a little bit of a difficulty doing longer periods of time and being really deep in my meditations. And this is a body scan
Oh
meditation.
yeah, yeah.
And the body scan meditations, if you really want to get in, enhance your meditation skills,
Mm.
if they're skills, I don't know.
Yeah.
Then this is, I think that helped me tremendously. And you can pick between a 20-minute and a 30-minute
Cool.
meditation, and it
Okay.
works all the way. It's sort of like when your mom was, when you were a kid and you're trying to
Mm.
relax before bed, and your mom's like,
Yeah.
relax your head and move your way down. But this is, it's really powerful, and I've had some really
Cool.
amazing meditations doing that one as well. So
Yeah, and I like the body scan ones because for people that have a hard time, like where their mind's wandering,
yeah,
it actually makes you focus because you're visualizing and feeling and connecting to the headspace, the crown chakra, or your shoulders. So it's kind of
yeah,
giving that focus to the different areas, which is amazing. I've done
for
them as
sure.
well. Hmm.
Yeah, very helpful. So
Yeah.
just another little tip. Okay, I think that's it. I don't see any questions, so we should be good. All right, well, everybody, thank you for joining us today. I'm doing these weekly, and you can, every week I'm coaching or interviewing or chatting with another coach. And so this week was Vanessa Dewsbury. If you, we will drop our links below so that you can follow her as well. She is a Reiki master and deals with a lot of different mindset and meditation and different types of things. So definitely look her up. And I thank you, everybody. We'll talk to you
Yes.
soon.
Thank
Right?
you. Thank you for having me. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks, Vanessa. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great. We'll do this again sometime, I'm sure.
sounds good. Okay.
Okay. Talk
Okay.
to you later.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.